Okay, we're going to explain some of the defects with this machine and some of the things we think can be done to improve it.
One of the problems that we find a lot of is that this bolt is way undersized. It should probably be either a lot bigger, or this should be fixed on the metal where it's not having a bolt to attach it. And this bolt on top here, sometimes as it spins, it wobbles because you got to have some loose, have it a little bit loose to let it run free. And sometimes as it moves, it locks, it touches the top of this bolt and it locks it down, keeping the sprocket from turning, and just ends up locking up and breaking it. One of the problems.
Okay, so what about the attachment point to the frame? What happened to this sheet metal frame here?
This frame here could be a lot thicker. What happens is that when the idler breaks, it causes the frame down here to bend, because on the other idler over on the other side, the frame is actually bent on it. So now that the frame is bent, the idler sits at an angle, so we're not getting it flush anymore.
So the lower sheet metal frame is bent, and the shaft no longer mounts straight. The lower sheet metal frame should be much stronger, or the shaft, it should possibly be made out of box tubing and not rely on a sheet metal frame, and clamp the shaft with a large pillowbox bushing arrangement.
And these sprockets are always coming loose, the bolts are always coming out. We've Loctited them many times. It's just a consistent process of, it seems like every day we're going to have to tighten these down. They're not held firmly enough, and they just keep separating and breaking as well.
Okay, so we tried this cam follower arrangement coming to guide the plate, hoping that we could guide the plate, take some stress off the brush. So what happened on this?
What happens here is that when the plate comes in, it doesn't really roll as well as you would want it to. What it does is it comes in and it hits it, and it causes the frame to pop up. And it's also, since it's only on 2 bolts, it actually pitches this like where it's at now. You know, you're going to have some kind of frame where it actually slides in and out of. And just what's causing problems now is that when the plate comes in and it pops this up, it's actually putting pressure on the frame and causing it to kind of jerk back. So we're causing a lot more stress on the frame, I think, by having it. And by putting it on there, it causes the frame to actually pitch forward, where it actually would be straight before. Now with the weight of it, it's causing it to actually fall forward. We would have to need some a counterweight behind it to actually keep it level.
So the machine picks up, but it gets in a bind. It doesn't float back level again, and the brush is getting a bind. It stresses it even worse. I'd say the cam followers probably did not help.
I think it caused a lot more. It's causing a lot more damage.
Any other issues on the machine?
Besides the gears, the idlers, thin metal here. I think probably that's a grunt of the problems that we have.